The Hagwoods don't bother cleaning their home because they think bacteria is a good thing.
We eat raw meat, raw chicken, raw beef.
Society might not accept us, but we know the benefits of it, and we're going to continue with it 100%.
All right, I'm not even going to sugarcoat it, y'all. This is bar none the most insane wife swap episode that we're probably going to ever see, because this family is out here eating raw meat, not washing their hands, and taking pride in how much bacteria is around their dirty-ass house. Seriously, you're about to watch this father have a full-on meltdown when he's told he can't have dry-aged raw beef that he's been leaving to collect mold in his fridge for 2 months. Before we get into it, let's see if we can hit 3K likes on this video. If we can, I'll start going ham on these wife swap reactions. And subscribe if you haven't already, because we cover amazing cringe TV over here on the channel. Without any further ado, let's get right on into it, shall we?
This week, the Hagwoods of Iowa. Barbara and Mike live a frontier lifestyle in preparation for the apocalypse. Their kids don't go to school but learn about life on their farm.
This is the first family we're meeting who is a bunch of doomsday preppers who believe that literally the world is going to end at any point, so they need to be self-sufficient. How are they self-sufficient, you ask? Well, they raise farm animals and then eat them raw. That's right. We're going to get into it, but this family believes that they can just eat raw meat and it's okay, which is insane.
Now the whole family has to eat everything raw.
We eat raw meat, raw chicken, raw beef.
Yeah, everything they eat is raw. Even their eggs, they don't feel like, at least scrambling them up. Nope. Everything's got to be raw, like you're Rocky training for your next big fight, or hell, maybe even Liver King. In fact, these people are trendsetters. This family right here might have been the catalyst for Liver King himself to change his ways. Who knows? Maybe he was up late one night and this episode of Wife Swap came on the TV and just changed his whole life. Because who the hell else is doing this? This is insane. And I'm going to keep saying that. They started this diet a year ago too, so these kids have not been raised on this their whole life. They kind of are just forcibly told that they're going to start eating raw meat and raw eggs. And well, it's pretty easy to get your kids to do anything when you convince them also that Doomsday is right around the corner and this is how they're going to be living anyway, so you might as well get used to it.
High meat is raw meat that has been aged over time. This one here is probably 3 or 4 months old.
Yeah, you're definitely high. I don't know if it's from this high meat or anything, but that's a crazy thing to call dry-aged raw meat. I know there's like salami and everything like that, but look, that is done in a very specific way to avoid bad bacteria. Instead, these people are literally cutting up chicken breast into cubes, putting them in a mason jar and putting it in the fridge for 2 months, calling it good. And I love that they call it high meat. That makes it sound so much fancier than it is.
If I get upset, then I'll go eat a piece of this.
I don't drink any water throughout the day. Our body is mostly fat, and that's how we keep hydrated.
Oh yeah, and they don't believe in water, which is also insane. Apparently you can just survive on the fats of the raw meat that you're eating, and you don't need to actually ingest anything for your hydration. It's like these people cannot get dumber, but every time they open their mouth, somehow they do.
At 2 o'clock in the morning, I'll get up, and they each have a cup of kefir.
Hey, I've been known to have a bowl of kefir up at 2 a.m. myself in bed, but I think that's a totally different thing than what you're talking about here. That's right, every 5 hours they drink this weird curdled mixed yogurt bullshit that she's making in, a mason jar that has not been cleaned ever, and they think this is helping them. The guy's coping, the dad of this family, he's like, yeah, it's bringing my hair back, but still, that thing is shiny as hell, and they've been doing this for a year, so if it is coming back, I think it's rather slowly, and I also don't think that's how that works, but we're not about to explain science to these people. Obviously, they know everything way better than those dumb scientists and doctors that went to school for that stuff.
You can heal a lot of diseases out there, like diabetes.
Mike is starting to grow his hair back on top of his head.
Now that's spicy.
Oh, I just know these people were the worst back in 2020, bro. Like, thank God they're not on Facebook, but they would have been adding to just the absolute vitriol and anti-intellectualism that was rampant over there during that time.
Society has scared so many people away from bacteria. God has put those things here on earth for us to use.
God put bacteria on earth, so that's why I don't need to disinfect or clean any surface of my house ever. That's literally what she says, and by God do they live by that, because this whole house is so messy and dirty. It seriously looks like a film set that they would use on like The Last of Us or some post-apocalyptic show, because nobody should be living in filth and squalor like this. I seriously feel bad for these kids living in this environment thinking that this is normal because they don't go to school. So they're just in this environment 24/7 and expect that to be the standard for teenagers, when that couldn't be further from the truth.
The Hagwood kids work 8 hours a day on the farm, and that makes up part of their very different form of schooling.
Which, in terms of schooling, there is none. They are, quote, unschooled, which I could make an entire video on. People already have. That is one of the worst movements to come about of, like, new age parenting, where people are like, yeah, I'm gonna let my kid learn what he wants to learn on his time. Bitch, if my mom did that, I would pretty much only be an expert in, like, 360YY no scopes, ladder stalls, things of that nature, because all I cared about was video games, bro. So if I was given the choice of learning what I want to learn, I would have never learned anything. I would not know how to read except for, like, perk package information so I can understand what's going on my kit. I need to know if the grip I'm adding to my sniper diaper is going to make my ADS slower or not. That's pretty much all I needed back in the day. And you're expecting these kids to want to learn after working on the farm 8 hours a day? Like, this is crazy.
Practicing my math on the farm would be counting how much eggs I'm getting.
So yeah, I'm 15, but I'm actually pretty good at math because one time I had 37 eggs. Well, I had a couple more than that, but that was as high as I could remember how to go to. So I at least know up to 37. Like, dude, this kid is going to be so stunted if he ever tries to join the real world. Both of these kids are. And it's just sad that they're doing this to them while making them think that this is normal and not a total freak show of a family.
We do have a shower downstairs, and it's nothing fancy, but it gets the job done.
Oh, thank God they have a shower that it kind of looks like they haven't used in months. So I just don't even want to know the stenches and the absolute aromas going around this house 24/7. Between that and the farm animals, hell, I would want to live in the barn instead. It would probably smell better.
Mike's great at brushing his teeth with this. He'll even let this set out, and then so the butter turns to like blue cheese tasting.
And that's right, these freaks make their own toothpaste out of butter and clay, and the dad even likes it to get a slightly blue cheese taste by leaving it out in the open air. That's what he wants to brush his teeth with. Ugh, this is just at every level so depraved and gross.
And he says, "Oh, bubblegum," and brushes his teeth.
And I'm wondering, like, were they being messy with this editing by really framing in on her face here? Because Shadi's got gingivitis. That's definitely some, early or late stage gum disease. The teeth aren't falling out, but that puffy redness is no bueno. And it's coming from the fact that you never wash your hands or eating raw meat and then brushing your teeth at night with clay and toothpaste, bro.
Processed turkey breast? Well, she's gonna have the real chicken breast at home.
Oh, and we get a killer line delivery as she's checking out the new mom's house. In fact, let me show some more of her amazing acting points here.
Mouthwash for their mouth, germs in their mouth? Are they afraid of something?
Like, all right, clearly acting is not her strong suit here. It's working the farm and churning the butter for her toothpaste. But yeah, the wives swap places and instantly things just do not go well.
She's actually doing a lot of damage by feeding him so much water. It's a solvent. It actually dehydrates them.
Oh yeah, did you guys know that? Water actually dehydrates you. That's why you shouldn't drink. Like, this is seriously insane, and what's so funny is these people living in the middle of Iowa on a farm believe this, but also so do some like multi-millionaire LA fitness, new age lifestyle people. You know what I mean? Like, it's just crazy that people of all different walks of life can arrive to the same stupid ideology that science is just wrong at every point. And what we've learned about the human body over the hundreds, if not thousands of years of studying it are just wrong. But you know the truth, okay? You got to drink curdled milk every 5 hours and also not drink water. Yeah, there we go. And meanwhile, the other mom is literally crying at the thought of how honestly sad it is that these kids are being raised in this environment. I mean, yeah, we're going to be joking about it a lot, but seriously, when these two are adults, they're either going to be the most insane, like staying at home, waiting for the apocalypse every day type people, or they're just not going to be able to adapt to society, and their parents are definitely failing them by the way they're raising them.
I didn't know you could eat raw meat without getting sick. Do you have to build up your system to be able to take this?
Yes, you have to build it.
Yeah, no, it's gonna be just going straight through you for a couple months, honestly. Yeah, you're gonna be having maybe even some blood in your stool. There's some creepy stuff that happens, but that's really just the toxins leaving your body. I mean, I've been eating it for a year, and still pretty much every time I eat it, the toxins leave my body for about 72 hours, and I have a fever. But it's super healthy, I tell you.
Good morning. Here you go.
And yeah, this new mom has to wake up at 2 a.m. because, again, every 5 hours, they've got to have this kefir, which I feel you, again. My real stoners out there are going to understand that one. But that is just crazy. She has to wake up and pour it in a glass for them. They awaken from their dream and drink this nasty concoction. I can't even imagine. Being in this family would literally drive me insane.
Even just touching this raw meat is absolutely disgusting.
While the kids work the farm.
And yeah, I don't blame her, honestly. I am a wuss with textures when I'm cooking food, and raw meat, especially raw chicken, just grosses me out so much. So the thought of chewing on that, it brings me absolute sickness in the pit of my stomach.
Do you ever worry about the milk being contaminated?
No.
But it wouldn't hurt to clean the basement, like a little bleach.
No, hell no. They're not using bleach. Are you kidding me? They're just going to leave these tubs of the milk here that's not being pasteurized or anything in the open air in their basement, whereas the same place that they've probably been leaving open air milk for decades. I mean, this is seriously so nasty on so many levels, and they're so happy about their ignorance and how unclean they are. I've never seen this before, but this is some serious mental just insanity.
Do you go to the doctor to see if the problems are fixed?
It's our nutritionist. We don't go to regular doctors.
How much you want to bet that nutritionist is just some other crazy quack that maybe once had the qualifications, but like, you know, got disowned from their career because they have these wacky ideas that everybody should eat raw meat. I guarantee you that's that type of situation. And those kids are thinking, oh, this is a person in authority who has studied this stuff. They're telling us we should eat this raw meat. Mom and dad are telling us. That means it must be the truth. I just got to keep downing this raw chicken and, you know, not caring about the fact that I have to throw up every time afterwards. And meanwhile, this is the reaction of the other mom when she has real food for the first time in a year.
It's getting difficult to talk. I can't get my words out right now. I don't have the fat in my head.
She's acting like she is so cloudy mentally that she can't speak, when in reality, I think that's just how your brain is all the time, sis. I'm sorry. But that's going to be a common theme with this family, I guarantee you. If they are forced at the rule change to eat normal food, you know they're going to be the biggest babies talking about all this stuff, whether it's in their head or not, that is going on with their body immediately after eating cooked and processed food.
It smells really good, but I just can't. I can't do it, and I don't want to risk my health.
And this Ned Flanders looking ass dad is just about to crash out as he's denied having her taste his raw milk drink that she made. She's worrying about her safety, and same goes with the other guy. Both of them are very, certain about the fact they're not going to eat raw chicken or, any raw foods that might make them sick for this TV show. It's just not healthy.
Can you show me one instance where this is not good for them?
I haven't done the research.
I have! And you wouldn't know because you won't try.
All right. And he's about to show her. He's about to show this stupid, educated person that doesn't get sick every time that they eat that raw food is the way to go, okay? If you're cooking your stuff, you're adding so much toxins. Think about all the toxins coming off of that flame that's heating that food up. Ugh.
We are going on a cleaning frenzy.
We're prepared to do our part.
Not like you did.
And now it's time for the rule change, as you can see. And the mom is bringing in some cleaning supplies, to which this teenage son of theirs looks like he's actually about to have a mental breakdown. I mean, I feel bad laughing, but this is crazy, dude. He's shaking and huffing and puffing at the idea of having to wipe down a single surface in his life. He's like, no, I like the dirt. You don't understand. The dirt brings me comfort.
Slaves to the farm instead of working on the farm.
We're not slaves.
And he's getting so angry. Honestly, I feel like he's about to go psycho and snap on these people. So they need to watch out for this guy. But he's really having a tough time being deprogrammed right now. I think he sees that there's merit in what this woman's saying about them needing to be clean and also not needing to work on the farm for 8 hours a day. But he's just so indoctrinated into his parents' way of thinking that thinking of detaching from that is really terrifying for him.
I don't want to yell. So I'm whispering.
So sassy. But yeah, that's right. He's holding his anger back. He has to storm off out of the room before he does something crazy at the fact of this lady bringing in, a grill and cleaning supplies. His two biggest nightmares.
Lee left the room because he was quite upset about how Kim basically insulted the lifestyle.
So he goes to the kitchen and chugs an egg for moral support. They are so far gone, dude. This whole family is so cooked. Actually, no, they're uncooked. That's their problem. They need to be cooked.
The egg will help him calm down.
He just doesn't get the big picture of...
I don't think the egg's calming him down, Ned. Oh, man, this is tough. This whole family is so mentally deranged, dude. Holy cow. They need to start talking to people outside of their household.
You can't sit on the floor?
This floor is filthy. Until this floor is disinfected, it's filthy.
And at the other house, she's really having a tough time, getting these people to not clean their surfaces because, I don't know, it's crazy to her that people want to be clean. But to show that this house is dirty and that's okay, she licks the floor after this guy asks, which is just proof that she is psycho as hell.
Oh no, I'm sick.
She's insane. What kind of crazy person licks someone's kitchen floor?
And this dad, for some reason, feels like a grown-up version of Cookie from Ned's Declassified. I think it might be the braces, but I'm just as appalled as he is. Who the hell would pull up to someone's house and do that? I seriously think there's something going on with this lady to where she enjoys the fact of being so dirty and gross.
It's just, cleanse the air.
So now they're burning some sage just in case there's something going on in the house. And I gotta admit, the dad kind of reacts well to this, hilariously.
Personally, I don't want to insult anybody about feng shui. These stinking candles are about ready to kill me.
Them candles they're burning, they stink. I mean, I don't mind the feng shui stuff, but holy cow, it smells weird in here. It doesn't smell like the normal, cow poop and dirt that I like. And the chaos continues. Back at the other house, she's having them all put on hard hats and go through doomsday scenarios of how they would, shelter in place if a nuclear warhead was inbound, which would never happen in real life. Sorry, I disassociated there a little bit thinking of actually what's going on outside of this YouTube video. But needless to say, this lady is so off her rocker, it's actually entertaining at this point.
She's so over the top.
We're trapped. Please come help.
This dad is my favorite. Oh my gosh, this episode is going down in history. It's goated. So many memorable scenes. So anyways, now the most honestly out-of-pocket thing is about to happen in this video. I'm trying to keep my stomach calm while I'm saying it. She takes them out to a restaurant to have, cooked hamburgers. Who the hell would do that?
My kids are suffering right now.
Like, that is one of the most crazy reactions I have ever seen to something. And when you think of the context of what she did to warrant this, it just makes it that much more hilarious. Like, I cannot handle anybody in this family. And this lady tries taking him to the doctor, but he's just, of course, so ignorant in doubling down on his thoughts. He's been the captain of his family, leading the ship with this one way, so he's not going to let these pesky doctors and nutritionists that are actually accredited and went to school for this stuff for, hell, probably a decade past high school. He's not going to let their stupid academic research get in the way of his lifestyle that he lives with his family, okay?
I'm gonna grab the high meat. I'm gonna offer it to you. You can either try it or not. You have put me to the limit.
And when they get back, he threatens her and says, you're gonna eat this 3-month-old high meat right now, or else you can leave, okay? There's no point in doing the show if you're not gonna try our culture and eat my high meat. To which, of course, she just storms off. She's like, no, I'm not eating raw meat, especially not something that's been sitting in a jar for 3 months, unattended to. And he just eats it on the porch, seething in anger, like, yep, that's right. Look at what you're missing out on. Oh, this is so tasty. Oh, it's so good. It's kind of hard to get down, but it's real tasty. And in a last-ditch effort, as this woman's leaving the house, she really tries to reason with these kids and say, okay, I'm not telling you to, disobey your parents, but don't take everything they say as bond. You know what I mean? Like, you got to figure out things on your own, and maybe they don't have it figured out as well as they think. To which this kid has another meltdown because, again, getting deprogrammed at any age, let alone as you're a teenager and this is all you know, is very difficult. So I don't blame him, but it is kind of funny to see how much he's freaking out over the idea of being told to think freely. But anyways, the families meet, and it's no surprise they don't agree on anything. So there's really no point in telling you what they talked about. They do end up kind of giving each other high fives and smiling at the end. They found something to laugh about. I just want to share with you the sentiment of this Iowa family that's eating raw meat. Let's see if they change their minds. I mean, the odds are low, but let's see.
Society might not accept us, but we know the benefits of it, and we're going to continue with it 100%.
And that's right. They're just going to keep living in their doomsday bunker in the middle of the Iowa farm fields, eating raw milk at the dawn of every 5th hour, and their brains out as a result of it. So let me know what you thought of this absolutely insane episode down in the comments. Shout out to all of you who make it to the end. Comment your favorite color in an emoji, and I will heart your comment, because that lets me know you watched to the very end. I'll catch you in another video soon, and as always, peace out.